Good morning, everyone. Once again, in the lecture of cybersecurity and digital forensic. In this, till we had discussed the various concept of cybersecurity. We had just completed our unit number 3 before some days and gone to that particular unit test. Now we are moving toward the unit number 4 that will be depending on the infrastructure and some another concept which will be important as compared to the cyber security and digital forensic. In this unit number 4 we are going to discuss one of the concept of critical infrastructure protections, then the design and utility of infrastructure for the cyber security, then the evolution of infrastructure, then the impact of infrastructure on a society, then the random nature of a faults, failures, and engineering resilience, then the fault intolerance and fault tolerance with the particular concept of the cyber security. So till we had discussed the what do you mean by cyber security, why it is important, what is the cyber attacks, what are the threats, what are the vulnerabilities, what are the types of cyber attacks, what are the weapons will be required, what is the digital arsenal, what is the infrastructure attack framework will be designed, and how to improve that particular critical infrastructure cyber security, then the what is the deep web, what is the vulnerabilities, what is the uh, optimization and the risk associated with the particular cyber security, then the development of computer viruses, what is the viruses and all the things. So now we are moving toward the another concept of cyber security that will be defined what is the critical infrastructure in a cyber security. So critical infrastructure is describe the physical and a cyber system and assets that are so vital to the United States that their incapacity of or destruction would have a debilitating impact on our physical or economic security or a public health or the safety. So in this critical infrastructure for the cyber today, we are going to discuss the various point regarding that particular infrastructure. Means we can say that critical infrastructure protections, it is a need to protect a region's vital infrastructure such as food and agriculture or the transportation will be get protected, because whenever the attackers attacks on the particular organization or the country, so at the same time we need to consider all the assets will be protected from such kind of activity. So we need to provide proper protection required for the infrastructure which will be critical. So we need to protect them. That will be very important and vital. As considering the food sector, as considering the agriculture sector, or as considering the transportation sector. So all the infrastructure that is vital for the any country, that critical infrastructure need to be protected. So every government in every nation has a responsibility to protect these essential critical infrastructure against the natural disaster, against the terrorist activities, and now the cyber threats. Means cyber attacks also be happen on the food, agriculture or transportation too. So every nations, every country, every government from each and every country need to be think the disaster like these. Natural disaster are the common that will be comes every year after some intervals. So that is the part we need to handle that disaster in the different way. Terrorist activity, as they are trying to broken down the assets of the every country, that we need to handle properly. That is the part of the another way we need to handle that terrorist attack. That is a, you can say that is a physical type of attack also. And you know that कि 26/11 2008 Mumbai attack. So this kind of terrorist activity we need to be handled. Means they are 1993 bomb blast, serial bomb blast. That is the terrorist kind of activity. We need to handle that properly. So now they are moving toward the cyber attack, cyber threat on the this infrastructure. So how they are going to attack? What is the history? How do we need to be protected? How to that criminal-minded person will attacking the cyber threat on the particular infrastructure and all the things. From energy organizations to transportation companies, all the way we need to think about the cyber attack, cyber threat. It is paramount that security in all critical infrastructure sector is of the highest standards, and their disaster preparedness, response, and recovery are top priorities. Means common component of critical infrastructure needing security consideration including industrial control system, operational technology, and SCADA system. So we are going to discuss about the critical infrastructure protection. So for this reason, we need to be think about what is exactly mean by the critical infrastructure. They are available in an organization or in a country in all the sectors, and how we are going to protect them. So the world is changing time to time, and digital and physical system are converging to each other. Means physical system will be converted to digital ones, and system that once stood alone managing critical infrastructure operation are connecting to the internet and sharing sensitive type of data. So data which will be required, and the operation that we are going to do on the each and every activity or each and every sector. So that activity or that data we are going to share some important information with the help of the internet. So for sharing such kind of a sensitive data over the internet, we need some kind of a protection in the all critical type of infrastructure. बराबर है. This new world structure brings with it new security problems, because internet will be used in every sector nowadays. In every sector nowadays we are going to use the internet facility. All the transaction, all the activity will be depending with the help of the internet, and that will be carried out with the help of the internet. So for each sector, for each transaction, for each activity, we need to provide the security for the sensitive type of data, and then we need to provide new type of security for each and every sector. So problem will be arise by providing, at the time of providing the security, new kind of a security for the each and every sector. So critical infrastructure organization must use a robust framework that can anticipate and mitigate disaster across their entire critical infrastructure environments. Means they need to be properly required the framework or the robust framework that will be need to be used by them, and that may meet to the particular infrastructure, need to meet to the particular environment, so that the critical infrastructure protection helps organizations to prepare for the and respond to serious incidents involving critical infrastructure environment, and to protect against an ever growing number of threats. So whenever the attacker on the particular infrastructure of the any country, at that time we need to provide and we need to properly give protection by using the different kind of methods which incidents will be involved, and which in type of you can say that infrastructure will be required. That is a part of a critical infrastructure protection. Now we are just going to see the in brief or in the smallest way of the history of a critical infrastructure protection. In May 1998, Presidential Directive, that is the PDD 63, was issued by Bill Clinton, that was the former President of America. The directive documented areas of national infrastructure that were deemed critical to the national and economic security of the United States, and the state that required to protect these kind of area. So in total, 16 major sectors were defined as a critical infrastructure at that time, and each government department and agency was made responsible for formulating a CIP plan to protect the each area. Means every country have the number of major sectors that will be the critical infrastructure at that time, and all the government or all the particular, you can say that ki uh, government department need to be provide a CIP plan, well known plan, to protect the particular area. These area or these agency may plan were combined to create the comprehensive plan known as the National Infrastructure Assurance Plan. That is, in 2006, the National Infrastructure Protection Plan, that is NIPP, was formulated and outlines how government and private sector parties can work together to manage risk and resilience and security outcomes. So every government try to define that particular plans. So US government establishes some kind of a plan. They are going to provide responsibility to the government departments, and that they are going to find out some kind of a critical infrastructure areas in their particular countries, and they need to provide the plan to get protected from the such kind of a threat. In 2006 also they are providing the NIPP, that is National Infrastructure Production Plan, that will be properly formulated and designed so that their government and private sectors will be work together to manage the risk associated with the particular threats, and they try to provide the security to these particular sectors. So 16 critical infrastructure sectors that will be designed at that time in 1998. So at the time of writing, 16 sectors were officially listed as the critical infrastructure sector. So at the time of election, system have recently been designed as a critical infrastructure by the Department of Homeland Security. These sectors include chemical sector, commercial facilities sectors, communication sectors, critical manufacturing sectors, dam sectors, defense industrial base sectors, emergency service sectors, energy sectors, financial services sectors, food and agriculture sectors, government facility sectors, healthcare and public health sectors, information technology sectors, nuclear reaction materials and waste sectors, transportation system sectors, and the water and wastewater system sector. These are the some 16 sectors that will be find out the critical infrastructure type of sectors. So to protect them, every country will provide the proper plan, because natural disasters, terrorist attacks, and the cyber threat will be get activated anytime. We don't know when to they attack on the particular sector. So for protect against them such kind of a threat, we need to provide proper protection, we need to provide proper plan so that that threat will be not entered into the particular country or in the particular sectors. So as up to this, we had just gone through the history of CIP, what is CIP, how that CIP will be defined properly, how the US government will provide the 16 kind of sectors that will be get protected in 2006 also. In 2006 we can say that, and other things. So we are now moving toward the why is CIP important. As you know that basically the critical infrastructure, there have the four key that is related with the critical infrastructure, that is the transportation, commerce, clean water and electricity. That is all will be the vital part of the every country, and we need to properly facilitate them, we need to properly provide protection to them so that will be get protected from each kind of a threat. So threat why CIP is important, as we are going to discuss, then we need to discuss about what is the safeguard that the nation's essential services will be available. So America's access to electricity, transportation networks, drinking water, and many other critical infrastructure services in increasingly at the risk from the cyber attacks. Means if you want to use this kind of services, electricity, water, transportation, so day by day that will be get increased and at the risk from the cyber attacks. These threats can have devastating consequences and could threaten global economies and entire communities. The success of a critical infrastructure protection initiatives relies on strong and meaningful partnership being built between the government and the commercial parties. Means who are going to involve in that particular government and the private sectors, they need to be properly planned for it, and that they are going to provide proper protection. Success also relies on the solution that are used to manage and implement these initiatives. So it is also important to recognize that the risk that could be threatened to the integrity of a critical infrastructure system, what kind of that risk available, where the government will provide the particular protection to such kind of a risk, that is important. When we think about the system or the network security, we almost always immediately think of a hacker or the terrorist threat, because whenever we are going to design the system for this sector, so at that time there is a possibility that cyber attack will be attacking on the particular sector. So when we think about system or network security, so we also going to think about the cyber attack, or the hackers will chance to hack the particular system. But there are other threats that should also be taken into account. Cyber attack, cyber threat, and all threat will be there. Another threat will be available there also, that will be also effect on the particular cyber such kind of a critical sectors. You can say that such a threat will be as a equipment failure. That is one of the important, that is thinking about the cyber attack, this threat also be important, that is a equipment failure, human error, and the natural causes. it is the weather and all the things that are the some kind of a threat also we need to be consider as compared to the cyber attacks also. When selecting solutions that detects and identify security risk and anomalies in expected behavior, so it is important to factors in as many of these risks as a possible. So this is the important means we need to be think about the critical infrastructure kind of a policy and protection will be required to them. So as considering the safeguarding to the nation's essential services to all sectors. So protecting the country's most critical services is no easy task. We can say that it is very difficult task to get protected each and every kind of critical services, critical sectors in the each country. So it requires continued collaboration and cooperation between the key agencies and departments and the continuous application of the improved CIP technology and the processes. So that key structure applications technologies will be required time to time. We need to follow the processes time to time. So the ability to detect changes in network traffic in real time may apply granular service policies and respond to the incidents in a minutes is just one of the feature offered by the foreign force point next generation firewall. So as the critical infrastructure system evolve and become more connected to each other, so it is reassuring to know that you have a fast, flexible, and sure solutions available that combats the new threat that will be get entered. Your system are exposed to the and protects the integrity of your critical operations. So that will be required. So such for that we need to provide proper safeguarding for the each and every sectors. So we can say that the critical infrastructure may include all those systems and assets that are essential to the proper functioning, economy, health, and safety of a society. The roads and railways that we travel on, and the internet and the mobile networks that connect us, the water that we drink, the healthcare, the financial services and security that we depends on, and the electricity that lights our world. Essentially, all we consider vital for the our routine lives that will be realized on the critical infrastructure and that supports these sectors. So, what happens if this critical infrastructure become the target of a planned cyber disruption? What happens? Just think about it. These sectors on which we are going to depend, on which they are going to support us, on which we are going to realize on their services. So suppose this critical infrastructure will be get targeted by the criminal minded person, then what happens? Just think about it. So life as we know that it could come to a halt. You know that just example, recent example, because of some action will be happen in Amravati in last week. 7 days there will be the internet facility will be get closed by the government or by the particular collectors or the CP. So that 7 days, what happened in Amravati district that will be known to each and every person who are totally depending on the internet. मीन्स किसी को लगा भी नहीं था कि इंटरनेट की वजह से, इंटरनेट की सेवा बंद होने की वजह से इतने सारे प्रॉब्लम्स को फेस करना पड़ेगा। फ्रॉम द चाइल्ड, मीन्स अगर किसी घर में बच्चा अगर रोज यूट्यूब देखता था, फ्रॉम दैट चाइल्ड टू द एल्डर वन और ओल्डर वन पर्सन that totally will be depending on the internet, they are facing the very different kind of problem because there is a no internet services। बराबर है। शायद आपको पता भी होगा कि सिटी में पूरा नेट बंद था और कॉलेज की तरफ यानी कटरा की तरफ पूरा नेट जियो का मिल रहा था। तो दो पर्सन वर्क फ्रॉम होम थे जिनको सर्विसेज थी, जो टोटली डिपेंडिंग ऑन द इंटरनेट, जिनकी वजह से चैटिंग फैटिंग या फिर सोशल मीडिया से जो लोग अट्रैक्ट थे, दे सब लोग जो है कटरा जकात नाके से लेके कटरा गांव तक के पूरे रोड पे लोग अवेलेबल थे। बड़ी बड़ी गाड़ियाँ, बड़े बड़े ग्रुप्स लोगों के लैपटॉप लेके, मोबाइल लेके सब यहाँ पे बैठते थे। 8 दिन लगभग ये सब सिलसिला चला। सपोज इफ एनी साइबर अटैकर और क्रिमिनल माइंडेड पर्सन that totally close the internet facility for the number of days, then what will be happen, on which we are going to depend if that going to targeted by that person, then what will happen, that is our life as we know it will be cooled to the halt. Such a cyber attack could have grave implications whether they threaten citizens' lives or a state's sovereignty. That is important. So this kind of a situation will be get occurred. So what makes critical infrastructure so vulnerable? Again, we are going to discuss the various points regarding the critical infrastructure in the upcoming lecture also. Just we are moving toward that key. There are 16 major sectors considered critical by the Department of Homeland Security, that is DHS, that despite the increasing digitization, most sectors still rely heavily on legacy system. These present threat actors with a unique opportunity to bank on the vulnerabilities of decades old infrastructure components. In addition, a significant portion of the US critical infrastructure is owned and operated by the private sector. This means that cyber security can become less of a priority than the maximizing the corporate profits. So most companies also outsources functions that are not part of their particular core competencies. These result in a complicated mesh of technologies and services. So increasing attack surfaces and loss of the visibility and control for smaller companies, lack of budgets and cybersecurity expertise is yet another issue. So these are the some important topics we had just gone through. What is the mean by the cyber critical infrastructure? Then how will we get protected? What is the history of a critical infrastructure? Then what is the 16 major sectors that will be get under the critical infrastructure? Then we had just discussed about the concept of the how important will be the CIA, that is CIP, importance of the CIP, then the safeguard will be required for the critical infrastructure, and then what make critical infrastructure so vulnerable. In next lecture we will discuss about the another topic of the unit number 4. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope ki all of your concept will be get cleared soon after watching this video. Thank you very much for attending the session. Thank you.